Hi and welcome back. We are in the second video on how wizards are working. If you have missed the first part, please check out the other video. We are still in Customer 210. We are still in the wizard create new idea. We are in a stride which is called capture the idea. And since this is the user view, this is the admin view to this wizard, which we are in wizard 153, create new idea, and currently we see that we are in the stride capture the idea. So to make that in sync, we go to the stride capture the idea. It has to be marked with blue. So everything else in here, in navigation, in conditions and actions and components, refer to this stride, to this page of the wizard. So let's go to the components of this stride. So why do we see capture the ideas, and why do we see description, goal, and class? These are attributes from the portfolio project in 210. So let's see why we see that in the wizard. So we are in the stride capture the idea. We leave navigation, condition, and action out for a second, and we go to the components. In the components, this is the section where you define what the user will see or not see. So let's see why in the user interface there is a picture with capture the idea. This is why the admin has set up an info box with this name info, description info, with the type info box. So you can select a type which goes in here. An info box is a HTML box where you can define all kind of stuff. There's no store 1 or 2, which I come to in a second. And if you now go to the pen, you see that there is a picture and a text inserted. And this is why you would now see this as a user interface. If you want to write something on top, please fill out the most important attributes. Then this will be immediately seen once you go back into the user interface, refresh the wizard, and you see please fill out the most important attributes, which I just typed into the info box in here. So let's take that out again and go to the other components. So this is the info box, which does not have a store item ID. Let's go to this attribute, description of the idea, which is an attribute of the item page. So there is a component name and a description, which can be anything. It is for you to better understand what you've put there, but it is not visible on the user interface. And then you want to fill in an item attribute because it is an attribute of that cover page and you want to show it there. You have other options like create item, select item, and all other stuff, which I explain in another video. And this is on fill item attribute. It has to have an item ID, store item ID or second item ID or link item ID, but most likely it is item ID. What exactly this is, I will explain later. Item ID. There is an order to it. 10, 20, 30. This is the way the guys will see it. And then you go to the pen, and there you define what attribute you want to see. Okay, so you first select the portfolio from, for example, project, and then you take the attribute you want to see, in that case description, but you can pick from all the attributes in that portfolio, say description, and you can set it on read only as well if you want, so users would only see the attribute and the content in it, but wouldn't be able to edit it. We leave it open for the second, and now you have defined another component of this stride in the wizard. So this is why you see description. The next one would then be Ziel. Same stuff. You say you want to have fill item attribute. You want it to be item ID. You want to have it in an order. And with a pen, you define what attribute exactly should be shown. If you don't do this, an error message will occur because the system would not know what attribute to pick. So once you decide fill item attribute, this is the type you want to use, then you need to select this one. Okay, so this is on this components in the wizard. Please see the next video on more component settings and on conditions and actions within a wizard. Thanks.